Hello everyone, this is Syndrome 2009, and some of you may recognize me. I have my channel info in the description, and some of you may have been directed here from my channel. And as some of you may know, I do on my regular channel, I have quite a menagerie of things for you. I have all Wii gameplay, and I try to keep it all either humorous, instructional, or entertaining. I have some funtages, and some instructional videos, and a couple montages. I try to keep those to minimum because I don't know. Anyway, so also I have an account for Black Ops specifically already, and it's for instructional gameplay, and the name of it is Black Ops Sniping Man, and that'll be in the description also. And so I'm doing this review, I'm doing this review for Dpadnews of GoldenEye 007 for the Wii. And so without further ado, I would like to get started with this review from kind of a more competitive gamer's perspective. Not so much competitive, but people who care about like balance and how well it functions online and how much all the different aspects of it make sense. So I will go right into the pros of this game, the good things that people will almost undoubtedly like. So there is lag, but there is also really good hit detection. So I'm going to differentiate between those two and say that lag isn't really a problem because of the hit detection. There is lag, I think, and there's a little bit of teleporting, but you won't really notice it a whole lot because of the hit detection. So in other words, where you shoot your bullets, that is where they will end up. Like if you shoot your bullets at someone, then shooting your bullets, yeah. So if you hit someone on your screen, you hit them actually in the game. So there's that. That's a really for people who played Modern Warfare Reflex, that's going to be a really good, nice change of pace. Another good thing is the amount of objective-based modes. Not so much the amount, but the originality of them, and the fact that they're so much different than in any other game. You aren't going to get any other first-person shooters with like GoldenEye mode. It's basically like, well, it's kind of like Capture the Flag. So there are some games that have stuff like that, but there's also like Golden Gun and stuff that I'm sure most of you are pretty much familiar with. And there's this one you can take as good or bad, but there's a good amount of playstyle customization as far as your control setup. Unfortunately, it's not 100% customizable like it is in Modern Warfare Reflex or the Conduit, but if there's a very good chance that you will find something that you like. There's a good chance that you're gonna find a control style that works for you. Another thing that's I find really nice is the explosives. They are not overpowered in any way that I have found, and they are really you can throw them pretty far, but it's really balanced out by their blast radius, which isn't overpowered at all. And most people, if they have something to complain about in a first-person shooter, it's the explosives, like noob tubes in Call of Duty games, and I've maybe explosives in Halo, I don't know, but yeah, so explosives not overpowered, so that's one thing you're not going to end up worrying about. Like noob tubes are in this game, but I've used them before, and they're not at all something you should be worried about as far as being overpowered. Also, some people say things about this game like it's like Call of Duty in that it only takes a couple bullets to kill someone, and while it's true that it takes a lot less bullets than it did in the original GoldenEye, it still takes a lot more bullets to kill someone than it would in many other first-person shooters, especially Call of Duty, which is what people are comparing it to. And so I think that's a pro for most people who want a more original, a more nostalgic way of playing GoldenEye, because it's more like the original. And so with that, those are a lot of the really good aspects of the game. I'm going to move on to a couple of the things people might wish were fixed. And the first one that I picked up on immediately was the map design. The maps a lot of times seem either too small or a bit too big. They're not really dynamic in that the buildings in them, there aren't a lot of levels to them, and they aren't particularly designed to encourage different types of playstyles. Like if you go down one corridor, your opponent sees you, then there's pretty much only one place that you can end up in most of the maps. So it's kind of, I don't really like that aspect, in that it only really encourages a run and gun kind of playstyle, which is cool for most people, but I kind of like the snipe, and I'm kind of one of those Call of Duty players who, well, I'm not necessarily a Call of Duty player. I don't want to single myself out that way, but I'm kind of someone who likes to sneak around also, and maybe snipe, that kind of thing. So this game isn't really conducive to that kind of playstyle, in my opinion. Another thing that people might not enjoy about this game is that there are only 8 players, which it's not really an issue for me, but in Modern Warfare Reflex there are 10 players, and Conduit there are 12, and 8 players is maybe the developers found that they could only have really good hit detection with 8 players, and maybe not 10. So I don't know. I don't really find it too big an issue, but it does support less players online than other supposedly good first-person shooters on the Wii. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. And then the controls I want to talk about just a little bit more. They're pretty customizable. When you first pick up this game, they are jerkier than anything. They will tweak all over the place, and they are just, you have to mess with them a ton before you find something you like. And I'm gonna say, even after you do get something you like, I'd say the best controls you can get still aren't quite as good as you could tweak them out to in Modern Warfare Reflex. I got some pretty intuitive controls in Modern Warfare Reflex that I really liked, and in this game I just don't think you can do that quite as well. If after you're playing the game for a while, and then you will get used to the controls, and everything will be kind of second nature to you. That's true of any game, but I feel that it's just a little bit less so in this game. And like sniping, for instance, the reticle takes quite a while to move while you're scoped in, and so you can't really, sniping isn't very effective in this game as online, at the very beginning at least, because it takes quite a while to unlock weapons, unlock guns and different things, and level up. The better guns, I think, like the sniper rifles, are unlocked at a pretty high level, and so I'm not leveled up like totally yet. I'm not very high, but I think that if you did level up a lot, then the sniper rifles would kind of fix that issue I mentioned of them being really slow when they're scoped in. So okay, and then shotguns. I want to mention something about shotguns, because I used a shotgun for a little while when I was playing online, and it seemed like they had an enormous range. Like, you could shoot pretty far, and it was a one-hit kill for me. I think it was the SEGS, the SEGS, and it had a pretty enormous range. It was kind of crazy, so I don't know if that'll end up being cheap or not, but that's just something to watch out for in this game. They might become overpowered, I don't know. And so that's kind of my take on the game. You guys can determine how much you like it yourselves, obviously, but I would buy this game if you want to be compensated for the large amounts of lag in Modern Warfare Reflex and the bad hit detection. So that's a reason you might definitely want this game. And also, the objective-based modes are original to any first-person shooter out there, regular ones anyway. And if you want to have, and there aren't customizable private matches in this game, which is kind of lame. There aren't even private matches, which I just found out the other day, which is kinda lame. So that's maybe a reason you wouldn't want to buy it. And also, Black Ops is coming out so soon, you can't ignore that. And host migration, there isn't any. So if you want to get kicked out of a game by the host leaving, then that's what could happen. And also the Call of Duty like features, if you like those, then that's something that or if you don't like Call of Duty features, then there are a lot of the Call of Duty features in this game. So that's kind of sums it up for you guys. There are some definitely good aspects and original aspects of this game, but there's also some stuff that they could have definitely done better. As far as, you know, competitiveness, this game has nothing overpowered. It seems pretty balanced, so that's good, but there are some major flaws. So check it out if you guys want. I would definitely rent it, but I would hesitate in buying it. I'm not sure. So you guys can kind of sort that out for yourselves. I hope you like this video. This is Syndrome 2009 at Dpadnews, and I will see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye.